Hello everyone and welcome to our webinar. I hope everybody's here. This is actually our second webinar, the previous one focusing on digital DJing, how do you get started. Today we're going to exclusively talk about karaoke and going digital. There's a lot of guys out there that have gone digital. It seems like on the DJ side a lot more have adopted the technology. There seems to be a lot more karaoke jocks that are still using CDG discs. So the purpose of this is to tell you what you're going to need to get started. Where do you get your files? What are the files? The software. We'll step you through using PCDJ Karaoke, which is our flagship karaoke product, and all throughout, kind of explaining just everything you need. How do you set up your monitor for extended desktop and that kind of thing. Throughout this entire webinar, you'll see that there's a chat box at the bottom of your screen. Feel free to put in any questions you may have. We'll wait till the end of the webinar to start answering them. Some may take till the next day depending on how many questions we do get. Feel free to give us a call too. If you can't reach us tonight directly after the webinar, make sure to give us a call tomorrow. We've got sales reps standing by that can answer any questions that we touch on in this video or about our software directly, or of course any sales questions for our products. So let's go ahead and get started. So I put together this PowerPoint presentation that's going to go ahead and explain and go through the process of getting started with karaoke and explain a little bit about why we're here today. PCDJ Karaoke going digital, the why and how to get started. Okay, here's our agenda. I'm going to give you a brief introduction. I'll tell you a little bit about PCDJ's history and of course how we got in the karaoke biz, which was actually somewhat of an accident. An afterthought that's become kind of a cornerstone of our business. What's needed to get started, a computer, the specifications, cables used to connect to an external monitor, CDG Ripper, allowing you to convert your own existing CDGs down to hard drive to a digital file, karaoke content, what formats and where do you get them, CDG discs of course, you can convert those, Mp3 plus G or zipped Mp3 plus G, which are the pro formats, what are the differences, where can you get them, the future. A little interesting tidbit there that we could actually use your feedback on. Setting up your displays, basically configuring your secondary output for both Windows and the Mac OS X, and an overview of PCDJ Karaoke, of course. So let's go to the next slide. Okay, so PCDJ. We develop products and services that capitalize on the digital convergence of club, mobile, DJ, and karaoke world. What that means is we basically make products for entertainers. We started this business in '99. We've been established in Clearwater, Florida. We actually had the first commercially sold dual MP3 DJ software in the world, sold in over 56 countries throughout the world right now. We develop a full line of entertainment products, including karaoke software. And the karaoke software, as I mentioned previously, our first release of that was the KJVRM plugin, which was for our old PCDJ FX VRM and Red VRM software, and it was an add-on. And quickly we saw that the response of our community was tremendous. I mean, we sold about as many karaoke products as we did DJ software right out of the gate. So, since then we've had different iterations of the software leading up to our current flagship product, PCDJ Karaoke. So we've learned a lot along the way, and still today it's one of our best-selling products of all time. And our mission here is pretty simple: make the DJs and KJs' life easier, make your livelihood easier and more enjoyable. Stop lugging all those CDGs and karaoke discs and vinyl CDs, whatever it may be, to a gig, lighten the load, and let the software be an assistant to what you do. So a little bit about myself. My name is Ryan Scher. I'm the general manager of PCDJ, Digital One Audio. Been with the company since 1999, so really seen us from our infancy to where we are today. We started with the Digital 1200 SL software way back when, and now we have PCDJ Dex 2.0 as our flagship DJ software. And I've kind of worked my way throughout, so I really know the ins and outs of the entire business. Some of you that may be attending may know me from way back when I did tech support, and since then I've done sales. I've run the sales and marketing for the company globally. I handle global distribution. and now I pretty much run the day-to-day operations. But I still, like to keep myself on the ground floor, and I'm a guy that can always get on the phone and talk to if need be. So I kind of pride myself on that. Enough about me. Okay, so why are we here today? Why go digital with karaoke? There's a lot of reasons. I've put a short list here of all the best ones, at least that I see fit. Clearly, you can consolidate all your karaoke tracks on one or more drives. No more searching through piles of CDG discs. A typical hard drive can store many thousands of files. So that collection you're taking out, you can put on one hard drive and essentially take that entire drive with you and take your entire collection with you. That's all searchable. Through the software, you can easily organize your collection by cases, otherwise groups, such as different providers, Sound Choice, Chartbusters, Sunfly, create different cases that way, or by year, or whatever suits your needs best. CDGs get scratched. They get damaged. You have to replace them. They're expensive, as everyone knows. Typical CDG disc can cost around $20. So consolidating your library and your drive, in digital files, they retain their integrity. They don't degrade. Clearly, you want to always have backup. You always want to back your files up to a secondary drive. Taking requests. You can use the search function in software and instantly find and load the file to the player. So somebody wants Lady Gaga's Bad Romance, you do a little search in a song, either directly load it into the player, or you can just just drag it over to your singers list, which we'll show you a little bit about in our video here at the end. That it kind of shows you the basics of PCDJ karaoke. So you have a singers rotation list that you can keep 20 or so different singers in, and the files they're going to sing. So it definitely makes it a lot easier than trying to keep track on a piece of paper, like I know a lot of hardware-based KJ jocks do. Robust software. A little bit more about some of the features that are just key there that make make your livelihood that much easier. Track singer's history, pre-adjust key for tracks, or each by singer. So if a singer says, "Hey, I want the next song to play and keyed up 2 semitones," you can pre-adjust that in the singers list, and when the file's loaded, it'll already be in that key. So you don't even have to do it real time. Through our software, you can actually buy karaoke songs on the fly. If you're connected to the internet and the location you're at, it's as simple as doing a search of our library. If you have that enabled, it'll show you songs that are available. You purchase, download, and play. You have a drink news ticker. I call it the drink special ticker all the time for whatever reason, but it can be used for anything. You can type in, $5 at the bar right now. Remember to tip your waitresses. Message to, the wedding party or whatever the event may be, and of course much more. If you're a DJ, you can actually make quite a bit more money by offering karaoke, at least in some instances. That's very much the case. So if you, offer karaoke to your guests and your clients want it, you can charge a little bit more for the gig, maybe $100 a night, in addition. I know a lot of karaoke jocks around here make about $150 a night at a local bar. So simplify your livelihood. Setup time is a lot less. Breakdown time is a lot less. As we mentioned in the previous notes here, searching for your files, finding your files, loading your files, playing your files is all that much easier. Forget inserting discs. That's why I have this big red X down here over top those tons of CDG discs, and I'm sure most karaoke jocks that aren't digital today take out a lot more than that. So let's see what's next. Okay, so in order to get started, clearly you need a computer system. We have 3 different models here. The Mac laptop, just to be clear, currently our karaoke software is Windows only, although our PCDJ DeX 2.0 and PCDJ Red Mobile 2.0 applications do play karaoke files. That's about all they do right now, play them. You can mix between 2 players with them. You can change key, but you don't have a lot of the other functionality like singers lists and singers history and some of these other great tools, although those may be coming. So right now, as far as our software is concerned, you use a Windows desktop or Windows laptop. Right here on your screen, we have the minimum system requirements. A couple items to note. probably want at least 2 gigs of RAM. It's always recommended that you go with the recommended configuration over minimum, and that's with any software. When you look at any website that says minimum versus recommended, always go recommended or above. The bigger the better, the more RAM the better, the more the merrier. So as far as what's important here, RAM 2 gigs. You'd want to have a video card with 64 megabytes of minimum of dedicated graphics RAM, and that's not shared graphics. Okay, so a lot of these machines today, usually of the lower end, share the video memory with the motherboard, which means you're sharing it with other operations on the machine. So at times, if there's enough operations going on, and I don't know why that keeps popping up, but we're going to keep going anyway. The key is that you don't want it shared because you want as much memory as possible available to the video output. Even though karaoke lyrics are so simple, I know our software supports karaoke videos. So if you're playing like a karaoke Mp3, for instance, or something like that, that has motion backgrounds, that might take up a little bit more processor and memory, real-time memory. So the more RAM you have, the better, and the more RAM you have dedicated for the video card, the better. So the next slide. Okay, cables. Obviously, with our software, karaoke software in general, you can send out the lyrics display to a secondary monitor. So your audience is able to view the lyrics only, and you're able to work within our software on your screen. So you can, set up your singers list, do everything, and they won't see any of that. They'll only see the lyrics. Okay, in order to do that, you'll need to run out of your laptops, typically your VGA out. All laptops come with it. That's what most will be using. You don't need to use HDMI. It's probably, it's overkill anyway for karaoke lyrics. I mean, it's not that high quality of graphics, but it's, VGA will make nice crystal clear lyrics show up on the secondary display. So depending on what you're running to, be it an LCD, a secondary monitor, flat screen of any type, old CRT monitor for that matter, if that's what you're going to use, there are cables for it. So a lot of the flat screen panels today take a VGA connection. So you can run straight out of VGA on the side of your laptop right to the LCD display. And basically once you set up your extended desktop, which I'll show you in a couple slides after this one on how to do that in both Windows and Mac, just the words will show up over there. So on screen here you see we've got all different kinds of VGA to component, to composite, to S-video, and even a converter box. So basically, whatever the connection, the source you're going to be running to requires the cable for it. Simple Google search, VGA to composite cable. You'll find all kinds of places to buy them, and usually very cheap. All types of lengths. So no matter what situation you're in, if you're at a bar and the monitor's far away, you can find a cable long enough to reach it. What is needed to get started as well? If you have CG discs already, obviously you probably spent a lot of money on those. So you're going to want to convert them yourself. I've got 2 solutions on screen. AudioGrabber is far and away the most popular amongst our users and has been for years. It is free. Probably another reason why people love it so much, but it works really well. To the right of AudioGrabber you see Power CDG. It is a little simpler to use, I'll give it that. It's a $39 program. It is already set up for ripping CDG discs, so there's no further real settings you need to select in there, some basic things, and you just go. It tends to work well. I've actually seen where AudioGrabber seems to work with more CD-ROM drives. And that's the thing, there are specific CD-ROM drives that you probably want to use. There's some that are better than others. It used to be where you can only buy like Plex or Yamaha, Sony drives to do the conversion, but really today it seems like any off-the-shelf drive is really doing the trick as long as you get your settings right. So on screen here, as you can see, I've put some links. I'm going to go ahead and click this just to show you this quick tutorial that'll launch here on screen. So this is a great site, and you'll probably want to bookmark it. If you're just getting started with AudioGrabber, this is a really great tool. There's actually a couple sites I'll show you that show you what settings to use. So if you've got a pen there, it's www.ceedeegee.net/143/AudioGrabber which is AudioGrabber, and that's .htm. So in short, this page is going to teach you the settings you need to use with AudioGrabber. You're going to be ripping to MP3 plus G. It's a compressed format plus CDG. It's going to tell you what speed to rip at 4x to 8x is really the max you want to rip at to make sure that your CDG graphics, once converted, have no pixelation. It's going to show you, each screen. Obviously, it's really clearly laid out, so you can follow along with the pictures and then all the settings. So they did a really good job. I believe we linked to this from the PCDJ FAQ as well. So one thing to keep in mind too, you'll need like the lane encoder file. On this page it has links to everything, and if you can't find it here, if you go to PCDJ.com, scroll to the bottom of our home page, you'll see a little link there for our FAQ. If you click it and type in AudioGrabber in the search, we have different utilities there that tell you how to use it, different settings. We even have like the lame encoder file, I believe, right there for you to download, and even the ASCII layer if required. Most machines these days do not need it, however. So this is a great resource for you in order to use AudioGrabber. We don't offer tech support for it directly, but there's so many resources online for this tool because it is a third-party tool. But I would say this is the preferred method if you're going to be converting your own discs. And just quickly, I'll show you where you can go. This is just an example of one of our FAQ pages. If you have any problems when converting your CDG discs, you'll want to reference this file here. This page, this is what our FAQ looks like. Here's our little search box where you can type in what you're looking for. I already typed in AudioGrabber, and this is one of the articles that came up. This will teach you, this right here, this link will teach you if you need ASCII on the machine, if that doesn't fix it. It could be that your CD-ROM or DVD-ROM does not support the ripping of CDG files. It's not as common as even this line here states. These days it seems like a lot of the drives, as I said, do work. But if you are having a problem, you do need it, to make sure that you have the right drive for the job. There are some USB drives and stuff, so you don't have to like replace what's in your laptop. You can just plug this in a USB drive and go that route. Here's a link we have here for you to one of our affiliates at Karaoke, where they sell the drives. So here you can actually buy a drive and even buy the Power CDG if you need to. But these are light-on drives. They do the trick, and they'll ensure that you have the best possible conversion of your CDG discs. So here we go. Next, this is also Pilot Karaoke. If I click this, I'll just click this quickly to show you. You can also buy the Power CDG program from them. You can obviously, and one thing I should have told you about, you can, on this video, you can rewind it. We do have it set up on the webinar where you can scroll back or forwards if need to. If you're missing anything and you want to pause it, you can do so as well. So let's go to the next slide. Karaoke content formats and where to get it. Okay, so there are really only a couple pro formats in my opinion. There are MIDI files out there. They're horrible. They're created different in place. They're definitely not professional. Maybe good for home karaoke or the like, but not something you're going to want to take out for an audience of patrons. So forget the MIDI. Forget proprietary formats. There are some software applications that more or less want to lock you in by using their own proprietary format. So avoid that. Really what you want to use are two formats. MP3 plus G, really the industry standard. What MP3 plus G is, just like a CDG is CD plus graphics, MP3 is audio plus graphics. So ultimately when you convert this stuff down, you end up with two files. You end up with an MP3 and a CDG file. What that means is, yes, if you look in a Windows directory where you convert your files, there will be an MP3 file and there will be a .cdg file. So you'll have two files for every song labeled identically. Okay? So it's the standard, but because there are two files, it can get messy. If you move the MP3 file from the folder or the CDG file and leave the other file, when you go to play it, it'll only play the audio, for instance. It won't display the graphics. So another way, and it seems like this is the way that most professional karaoke jocks using software today are doing it, they're zipping their files. So they're zipped MP3 plus G. So it's the same file, an MP3 plus G. but it's zipped. So you have both files, the MP3, the .cdg file, in one zip file. So one file total, which is neater. There are a lot of players out there that don't support these. You know, all of our software always has. In my opinion, it's a requirement. You know, if you want to keep things nice and neat, it's the way to go. So other than AudioGrabber, you know, using AudioGrabber or the like to convert your own CDG discs, where can you get ready to use or ready to fly MP3 plus G karaoke songs? There are a few sources. We do host our own site. KaraokeLocker.com is a great source for new and old classics, pops, pop hits, children's songs, whatever it may be. We have a huge catalog of karaoke songs for download. They're already in zipped MP3 plus G format, so they're literally ready to drop right in the software and play. I'll quickly show you what the site looks like. Here's the gateway. Again, this is KaraokeLocker.com. Click to enter. So down the side here, you'll see that we have our different categories. And then you'll see that we have a search box, which I'm sure most people would use. And you can even check what are the most popular karaoke downloads right now if you're not sure what to buy. So you can click this tab right here, and it'll show you what people are buying right now. Look at Lady Gaga still rocking the charts here at #1 with Poker Face. So let's go ahead and so it's pretty self-explanatory, and you can sort by different ways. You know, if you want to sort by artist, you know, right now we're in the pop category, so you can sort here by artist, title, date, you know, what's new, what's old, and go from there. We have a complete list. Actually, this is a tool that I think a lot of people would use. You can download a complete list of all of our titles by clicking this option right here on screen. So that's Karaoke Locker. We do have other tools here, but this is the karaoke section where we have, I think, upwards of about 15,000 songs available for download right now. We're always adding new content, so keep coming back. One really cool thing about PCDJ Karaoke is we have the Karaoke Locker tab built right in. So directly in the software, under the Cases tab, you're going to see listed Karaoke Locker. I have a little arrow that's pointing to it right here on screen. Essentially what this means is if you click that tab, it's going to load every single file we have in the Karaoke Locker on screen. It'll show all of the titles directly in the library. So when you use the search function, it can actually search for those file types. We'll get into this a little bit more in our tutorial video, and in fact I think we're going to do a two-parter because I'm going to run a little long. I may end up doing a whole nother webinar that kind of touches on more of the advanced functionality of karaoke. But you can basically buy on the fly, download, and play them, and they'll show right up in your library. So again, obviously you need an internet connection, but that is a very convenient way to buy music. It's fast and easy. So the future, okay, and this is probably where we could require, we could use a little feedback from yourselves. Would you pay $19.99 a month to have access to tens of thousands of karaoke tunes? We're proposing this question because there's an option possibly to offer streaming directly in the software, which would mean, once again, if you have an internet connection and you're paying the subscription, you would have access to a massive library of karaoke files at your disposal, licensed for commercial use. Okay, so these would be legal to use files to go out and play in a bar or play an event, and obviously make some money doing so. So we're just curious, what you think about that. It's something we're definitely considering adding to our products, and if it's something you would use, please, again, use the chat box at the bottom of the screen and give us any feedback. We'd like to hear from you. Let's go to our next slide here. Okay, setting up your external output or your secondary display. This is a question we get calls about all the time. It's real simple in Windows 7, okay? You right-click on your Windows desktop, and you're going to see this menu I'm showing right on screen right now, this right here. And you basically select screen resolution. So you'll select this option down here, which is going to bring up this, okay? So this is what the menu looks like in Windows 7, setting up the basics. So you'll see a 1 and a 2. Okay, so if you've already connected that secondary monitor via that VGA cable or one of the cables we did previously, you're going to get a 1 and a 2. Okay, the 2 is going to represent the secondary display. You simply click on the number 2. We'll go back. I'm not supposed to click on my slide because it's going to change slides. But you click on the number 2, And then from the multiple displays drop-down menu here down towards the bottom, you select extend these displays. By default, it'll be duplicate these displays. And what that means, it'll be a mirror image of your screen on the secondary display. You obviously don't want that. You don't want everybody seeing what you're doing as far as our software is concerned. You don't want to see them doing your searches and everything else. You want them just as the lyrics. So when you select extend these displays, what's going to happen initially before you enable the video output in our software is you're just going to see your Windows desktop wallpaper over there, which is good. So if you see just the wallpaper over there, you know you've done the right thing. So after selecting extend these displays, you're going to click apply and click OK. It's going to pop up a little box that says, you sure you want to keep these settings. You're going to, of course, hit yes, and then you're ready to move on to the next step. So on a Mac, it's a little bit different. You go to your System Preferences folder or file. I don't know the exact terminology for the Mac, but you go there and you click on Displays. Okay, as you see right here, you click on Displays. You're going to get this menu. Under Arrangement, okay, which is the middle tab under the menu, under the Keller LCD menu, you're going to click on the Arrangement tab and you're going to uncheck Mirror Displays, with a little box down here. So if you uncheck Mirror Displays, it's going to do the same thing that it does in Windows. It's going to be an extended desktop view. Again, to be clear, PCDJ Karaoke right now doesn't work on a Mac. We're working on that, of course. But our DJ software, both DeX and Red Mobile, do work on a Mac, and they do support that extended display. For DeX, you have video mixing for it, and Red Mobile, you can, of course, DeX does karaoke too, but Red Mobile does just karaoke, and that will work on a Mac. Okay, so the next thing. Now I'm going to fire off this overview video. This is something I did pre-record. That's going to give you a little short tutorial on how to, use karaoke and better understand what you can do with it. So I'm going to go ahead and take a back seat to the video right now and listen to myself talk.
Hello all. Welcome to my short demo of getting started with our PCDJ Karaoke application. That's karaoke with an I, stands for Karaoke Integrated, although the program can be used by itself or as a plug-in for a Red Mobile and DeX PCDJ DJ applications. First thing you want to do is add a case. A case is essentially a group. Click the Add Case button. Once you've created a case, the next thing you're going to want to do is add songs from your existing library on your hard drive. You do that by clicking your Add Songs button. Click Scan Folder, which will be the first option from the pop-up drop-down menu. Navigate to a folder on your drive that you know you have karaoke in it. In my case, I have a folder labeled karaoke. Highlight that folder. Hit OK. At this point, you're presented with a window. Gives you various different options of what to scan for and so forth. Right now, we're looking for MP3 plus G files and zip files that contain MP3 plus Gs. So now click Scan. This will now scan the folder and find all the karaoke files within it. Now once the scan is finished, you're going to be presented with this window right here that says Scan New Songs Using Naming Convention or ID3 Tag Extraction. Now most people use any number of, it's usually 10 to 15 different naming conventions that are kind of standards out there in the industry. In our case, our files, when you look at the file name, we have an artist hyphen title, and that's all that our files contain. So we'll click yes, because as you see behind here right now, all the information for the songs is showing up in one field, in the title field. So we're going to select artist hyphen title and hit go. You'll see this will rescan the folder in, and all the files will then, just hit OK after that, all the files will now be labeled correctly in the correct fields. Artists is in the artist field, title in the title field. Now just to show you quickly, you can search all your files. Now if you had multiple cases for multiple songs, if you do one search, it will search across all your different cases. So let's do a quick search for ABBA. Hit enter. Your search results will show up in this far bottom right hand panel. From there you can load directly to the player by just dragging and dropping up in the player or into your on-deck singer list. I'll show you that real quick. So this area here to the right top right is your on-deck singer list. This is really what you're going to be working through or from throughout your event. Type in a name. So as soon as you drag a song into that area, you're going to be presented with that box to type in somebody's name or select a name from the singer history list that you're presented with. So I'll show you that real quick. Drag a song over. I'll select Brandon, hit OK, and now you'll see Brandon will populate here with the song he's about to sing. Do one more. Select Lewis, hit OK. So here's your singer rotation list. From this list, of course, you can drag and drop and reorder the songs however you see fit. If somebody decides, hey, I'm a little nervous, don't want to sing right now, you can bump somebody up in front of them. From here, you can easily load the next singer and have it play. By default, we've set it up so that as soon as you load the singer, load your next singer, it'll start playing. So we'll click Load Next Singer. Fast forward a little bit so you can see the words. Now, of course, every CDG, depending on the provider, can be a little different in this regard, how they display. Now, you can key up or down the song on the fly. They're half steps and semitones. So you hit plus, one key step, hit plus again. You can actually hear it key up. Now, this is adjusting key without affecting the actual tempo of the song. It's because we've enabled our key lock right here. Put it back down to normal. You can also do something that's pretty cool. It's not present in most karaoke applications out there, and that is adjust your tempo without key. So I can slow down the song. Actually have to have that on to do that. So I'm slowing it down, but it's not actually affecting the key of the track. The same could be said for speeding it up. Now, if key lock is off, you'll definitely hear it both slow down the song and affect the key. So it'll do both. Typically, you're going to leave key lock on so that when you adjust key and semitone steps, it's only affecting the key and not the tempo of the song. Some other pretty cool things is on your, through your on-deck singer list here, you can predetermine the key of the next song if you want to. So if Mike approaches and he says, "Hey, look, can you key up my song just one step? I can't really hit those low notes, so to speak." You can hit the key plus, and every time you hit this, it'll adjust it one step, one semitone step. So I've just keyed it up 3 times. Now if I hit Load Next Singer, you'll see that the key is automatically adjusted for Mike. Now, in order to get your singer or your screen 2 to the other, your opposite TV or your secondary monitor, whatever your audience is going to be singing from, you want to set up Windows for Extended Desktop, which is a simple setting on all Windows computers. You just enable Extended Desktop. What that initially will give you is your desktop wallpaper on your secondary source. And when you enable the Screen 2 button right here, when you click that, it will fill that next screen with just the words. So of course you're able to work within the karaoke software on your screen. Nobody will see that, and your audience will only be able to view the words. So very simple. That's it for today. We're going to follow up with a few more advanced videos, but that's a really good way to get started with PCDJ karaoke. Thanks.
Alright, so I hope that video was helpful. I do invite everyone to visit our YouTube page. We do have quite a few more videos up there. Just search YouTube, for that matter, for PCDJ karaoke, spelled with an I at the end. And there's a plethora of videos up there, either that we've submitted, some of our dealers even, and a lot of users have submitted some videos. So really we want to thank everybody for coming out to our, attending this webinar, Karaoke Going Digital. If you have any other questions, again, please use the submission box at the bottom of your screen. We will get back to everyone by tomorrow. Feel free to call us directly. You can try us now at 877-999-7235. If you cannot get through, again, it's 877-999-7235, extension 2 for sales. If you can't get now, please give us a call. We're usually there from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. If you have any additional questions or if you want to place an order, just give us a call. So as a token of our appreciation tonight for coming out, we have put up this coupon code you can see here at the bottom of the screen, PCDJ Webinar 10, all one word. If you go to PCDJ.com, actually, if you click your screen, I think we're able to do an overlay here. So if you go ahead and just click the screen, we'll take you right to our store. And if you buy PCDJ Karaoke, PCDJ Decks, or PCDJ Red Mobile, and use that coupon code at checkout, it'll save you instantly $10 off the purchase. So again, thanks for coming out. Send your suggestions our way. If there's anything you want to see in any kind of future webinar here, or if you want any further information about karaoke specifically, more advanced video, we'd love to hear from you. Thanks again.